I'm certain many of you are wondering, hey, where's the Champions Trophy schedule? What are the dates? Where and when are the matches? There was so much movement, heavy negotiations and talks, a bit of a silence, but now ICC, of course, has confirmed that the Champions Trophy will go ahead with that hybrid model, something we'd indicated weeks ago. And in the middle of this battle that PCB seems to have lost, the chief Mohsin Naqvi, who is also Pakistan's interior minister, is busy trying to build ties with Saudi Arabia. No, that's not the punchline. Pakistan has extended their support to Saudi Arabia in promoting cricket and building cricket stadiums. I get the promoting cricket part. Pakistan has a massive fan base. Even though their cricket team goes through a transition phase every few months, cricket and the passion for the sport will never leave the country. But did I hear Pakistan will extend their support in helping Saudi Arabia construct cricket stadiums? This was one of Pakistan's cricket stadiums. That's how it looked earlier this year, Rawalpindi, where rains came down hard and hampered the entire match between Pakistan and New Zealand. The infrastructure was in a shambolic state that fans even couldn't sit there. Along with the pitch and the outfield, the stands too were damp and waterlogged. And ICC is currently helping them refurbish and renovate this venue and a couple of others to get it ready in time for the Champions Trophy. And then there is the cash-rich Saudi Arabia, who just won the bid to host FIFA 2034 World Cup and are planning to construct stadiums like this. One will have rock formations divided by canyons. One will have crystalline structures that will go rising towards the air. One will be on a cliff with retractable LED walls. One will have fin-like structures topped with a transparent roof. I could go on because there are many more stadiums lined up. But these stunning futuristic stadiums is what Saudi Arabia is going to offer to sporting fans come the Football World Cup. Yes, Saudi Arabia is just about entering cricket. Yes, they're young in this sport. It's not a sport that is primary to their culture yet, but they understand sport. They understand the finances of sports and they know how to create infrastructure befitting any discipline. BCCI, in fact, held the IPL auctions in Jeddah, and that auction venue looked like this. The PCB chief met with Saudi Arabia Cricket Federation chairman, Prince Saeed bin Mishal Al Saud, and has invited him to watch the Champions Trophy matches in Pakistan. Of course, the matches that will not have India. PCB will just have to circle back, of course, to them to give them the exact dates. That's not announced just yet. And PCB has proposed a cricket exchange program as well. They've asked Riyadh to send their budding cricketers over to Pakistan to train there.
Pakistan and Saudi Arabia share a strong bond, and we are ready to extend all possible support to strengthen cricket in Saudi Arabia. We look forward to welcoming Saudi players to Pakistan for training and development opportunities. We are happy to collaborate on cricket development and infrastructure.
Yes, it all sounds very promising, but where's the infrastructure for all of this? Saudi Arabia, too, seems to have shown its eagerness in forging this relationship, which the world, I'm sure, will have a keen eye on. Because Saudi is making rapid strides in the world of sport. They made inroads into the international football scene with the Saudi Pro League roping in the biggest player, the face of football, Cristiano Ronaldo. They managed to buy out the rights to host the WTA season-ending finals. Tennis is big in Saudi Arabia. They've Rafael Nadal as one of their ambassadors, and recently also hosted an exhibition series with all of their top stars. They started hosting a Formula One race just some years ago. Cricket has now stepped into the country with the IPL auctions, as I mentioned, and a World Cup is coming home after a decade. So any partnership they forge will be one that has to be carefully monitored and watched closely. And this one in particular, because Pakistan is currently on a slippery slope themselves. Regarding cricket, they are trying to rebuild their own image as a country that is safe to play cricket in again. They know that a lot of curating that image relies on how successful ICC Champions Trophy will prove to be. because the world will watch this showcase. Pakistan hosting an ICC event for the first time in nearly 2 decades. So keeping that in mind, this is definitely a bold move by Pakistan, extending their friendship and support to a country that is slowly gaining momentum as the sporting hub of the world. A country that Pakistan couldn't convince the ICC of getting India to travel for the Champions Trophy knows it needs allies, strong allies around them who can get behind them in their own sporting ambitions when time comes. They know that bridge with India has been burnt. There was and the tense geopolitical ties, of course, doing nothing in that regard. So getting Saudi to be that rubber stamp is indeed smart thinking. But what will Saudi get in return is the question. Any deal has to have benefits, and cricketing ground for training and some cricketing acumen that has been earned over the generations before may not quite cut it.